Hello, everyone. My name is Wambui. Welcome to 70 Years and Beyond. Today, as a 74-year-old woman, I want to share a lifestyle, or maybe I'll call it what should I call it? A eating style that I adopted about 2 months ago. And I wanted to come share this with you. And I already know that I'm probably going to get some pushback. And a lot of it may not be from people who are just trying to, be mean and critical. I believe a lot of the pushback will come from people who are genuinely concerned for me when I share what it is that I'm doing. Okay, so I have been told that I have some dental issues, gum issues, and when the dentists give me the estimates, and I've gone to several to see what they were going to say, the estimates are in the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Plus, from the small procedures that I have had, it was not pleasant. So I've been trying to figure how is this all going to play out, because thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm talking, okay, so the estimate is in the area of between $20,000 and $25,000 is what they're saying that I need. And that's like from several different, some were 20, some were 22, some were 25. So that's what they're saying. So I went on YouTube and I was searching different dental things just to see what other people are doing and if anybody else was having this dilemma. And so I don't know exactly what I was putting in, but all of a sudden some videos that I had never seen before started coming up in my feed, and they were about diet, and most of them started being about carnivore. And I wasn't even sure at that time what that was. I'd heard that word, but I looked at it and I would listen to what the people were talking about, and it was meat. They were eating meat, a meat diet. And that didn't sound so good to me. And then there were people who were claiming they got rid of all kinds of rashes and lost weight and got better from just going to a diet where they ate meat. This is different from, there's something called a keto diet, which allows, I believe, you to have some carbs and you can eat some things. Just meat is the main thing. But on this diet, meat is basically the only thing. And I thought, wow, I don't know if I would ever want to do that, but to each his own. And then in one of the videos, there was a guy talking about how he had his gum disease went away from being on the diet. And he said he's been on a diet for several years now, and he said his gum disease is gone. And that's when it caught my attention. And I thought, let me pay attention to this. Let me look at this further. And so I started looking at it, and there were all these videos of people talking about how they'd lost weight and how their skin rashes went away and their inflammation went away, the pain in their joints went away. And so I started listening a little more intently, but in the back of my head was always that person who said, my gum disease went away. Now, I was waiting for somebody else to say that. That's what I was looking for. I didn't really find another video with anyone saying that, but that one really kind of hooked me. And so I'm thinking, well, what could be the harm? What could be the harm in just eating meat for a little while and see what happens? And so I immediately now I've always tried to eat what they call clean. I've always tried to eat not a lot of chemicals. I'm that person who my son-in-law was always telling me how much money I could save if I didn't look for organic so much, if I just would eat food and not look for organic. And I told him that is not an option. Years ago, I had been very ill, and I believe that it was when I changed my diet. And I don't eat a lot of junk food. In fact, I don't even enjoy eating out. I like eating at home. I like to know exactly what's in my food. The idea of eating just meat, all of a sudden, especially when they talked about it might do something, might be able to fix some of these dental issues I had, I said, well, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I jumped right in, and I just got me some beef, and I just started eating beef. I started eating, because they're saying you could eat beef, and there were people who eat eggs, and it's almost like everything you were taught, you toss that out, and you have as much eggs, as much butter, as much whatever of these fatty types of things, you have it. And so I kind of went in blindly because I'm thinking, okay, I could die. I could die here. I never really had a weight problem. Years ago, when I was on a lot of medication, I had a small weight problem. The weight problem was, okay, so I am a size 2. And when I was on a lot of medication for different emotional and mental issues, I was a size 6 and 8. Now, that doesn't sound like large sizes, but when your normal size is 2 and you are a 6 or an 8, then that's a lot of weight. So I was heavy like that for some years back. But basically, I'm a size 2, and I've never had any weight issues. If anything, it was like I need to put some on. So I went to this diet, and I was loving it because all that stuff just tastes good. I was just eating as many eggs as I wanted in the morning. I'll have 3-4 eggs with butter, with cheese, bacon, eat a whole half pack of bacon. And I just was eating until I was full. But the thing was, I would get so full that then I wasn't hungry. I had to almost make myself eat because I would be so full. And so right now, the thing that I eat every day is I eat at Costco's. They sell these frozen sirloin patties. And that is my go-to meal. I'm not telling you to do this. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not connected to the medical field in any way whatsoever. I'm just sharing this with you because I believe it's kind of amazing. It's almost blowing my mind because in the 2 months that I have been doing this, I have never felt so good. I've never had so much energy. I just feel good. And one of the things that too was talked about in a lot of the other videos, which I have found to be true, is that you don't feel foggy. The fogginess goes away. And so you have a bit of clarity. And so to me, it's just the craziest thing that it seems like I'm going against everything I have ever been taught about how to eat. And all of a sudden, I just threw all that out the window. And so there are people who say, well, you're going to get a heart attack or you're going to get high blood pressure. I didn't have and don't have any medical issues. I'm not on any medication. And I mean, before I even started this diet, I was not on any medication at all. And my only gripes were it was hard to wake up in the mornings, and I found I would get tired during the day, which I think is just normal stuff, I guess. I carry a seat with me always because I don't like standing for a long time, which is real interesting because the job I had as a holiday job this last holiday was in a store where, of course, you're on your feet. I was a sales clerk in a store, sales associate, so I was on my feet, all day long. So I started to find that very unpleasant, just being on my feet, walking around, just standing all day. I found that a little difficult for me. And I had been wearing support hose, and so I was wearing support hose to try to help me. But when that season was over, I could hardly wait to get out of there so that I said with the next job I get, there needs to be a chair involved. But anyway, I digress. So I didn't have any health issues except for this whole gum thing, which can turn into serious things. Your teeth, your gums can cause more serious things if you don't take care of it right away. So that's why I was drawn to this diet, is because someone said, well, my gum disease went away. And so I wanted to try it. I felt like I had nothing to lose. I was going to start eating like this. And if I started feeling bad, then I would just stop. I'd just switch back to eating what I would normally eat. But I started eating, I went into a month. I went into the second month. I'm at the beginning of the third month. And I'm telling you, I have never felt so good. I don't I'm sleeping I feel like I'm sleeping better. And in the mornings when I wake up, of course there's always that temptation that you just want to lay there, but it's not like I can't get up. It's like I'm choosing to snooze. I'm choosing to snooze, or I'm choosing to just hang out and in bed for a little while and do my Bible work and stuff like that. But I feel good. So I just wanted to share the carnivore diet. Wanted to know if any of you have ever experienced it, and were your experiences good or were they not so good? And like I say, if it comes to a point where I feel like, okay, something's going wrong here, I feel like it'll be easy enough to change back to what I was doing before. So that's what I wanted to share with you, the carnivore diet, where I'm just eating meat, and it seems like it should not be good. But then why do I feel so good? Why do I have so much energy? And is this just a temporary thing? Although I have heard the videos of people who've been on it for years, and they say they've just never felt so good for all of those years. And so that's what I wanted to share. And let me know if this is something that you have done, you have heard of, or what you know about it. And also, if you know anything about how to treat gum disease, I want to know about that too. Thank you.